If you want to see me create look number 4 using the Estee Lauder Blockbuster Kit palette, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène and welcome back, or if it's your first time here, welcome to HMM Makeup or Makeup. I am going to play with this little guy again. This is going to be look number 4 of 6. And I have a recipe. Ooh, I almost dropped the palette. I have my little recipe here on how I'm going to create the look, just so I don't duplicate looks in the 6 I'm going to provide you. And we are talking black, gold, and brown. Those are the 3 colors that I'm going to use from the palette. So we have black, this brown, and this gold. So it's just the 3 on the bottom. Very easy to remember. And I'm really looking forward to using them. I will also use some of the blush products, but I'm focusing more so on the eye lid colors. And so let's go right into the black. I'm going to do one eye and then replicate it off camera so that we can have a look pretty quick without spending a half hour on video. Okay, for the black, I'm actually going to use this Elizabeth Arden brush. It looks like a relatively cheap brush, but it should do the trick for the black. And I'm just going into that little pan, because they are quite small pans. And if I have to use a brush that loads up more product, that's fine. I actually ended up swirling this brush into the black because I'm not seeing much pickup at all. I might have to really go on with a packer brush. I'm actually really going in now and seeing if I can get more of that black. And it could be that they chose to make this black not too pigmented, because black is a pretty intimidating shadow. I'm really having to dig for it. Okay, going up to the crease. Wow, this is laborious. I kind of went too far on that side. Just going to clean that up a little bit. Okay, I'll go back into the black and see if I can pick up some more. And I'm going over the same area again. Okay, this black is lackluster. If a black makes you nervous, this might be a good one, because it's hard to put too much on, which is not usually my experience with a black eyeshadow, but this one is really starting to annoy me. I had used it once before, and it, if you look at the Lancôme unboxing, I'm actually wearing an Estee Lauder look. It was patchy. It was not fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to just try to even this out a little bit. Okay, and hopefully the gold is going to give me some interest, and I have now some fallout from the black right here. Okay, so if you're going to use this black, I would suggest a packer brush. I would not suggest anything kind of fluffy. I did manage to sweep off the black on the inner corner not too badly. Let's just go in with the gold and see what happens. And for the gold, I'm going to use my favorite brush. It is the multitasker brush from Smashbox. I don't think it's available anymore. If you can get your hands on it, I highly recommend it. It's a very, very good brush. Or any other brush that is pyramidal. I really am pretty impressed with the structure of it, how it really helps with the inner lid, inner corner. Okay, so that there's a little bit of fallout. I'm going to go in with my finger right into that gold and tap, and I'm going 2/3 of the lid. I really do like finger application because you have the ability to build up the intensity quite nicely usually for a look. I'm not loving this. It's okay, but I'm definitely not loving it. I'm just going to go back into my brush and just see if I can get a little bit. Yeah, I'm not seeing a whole lot of goodness happening here. Let's see here. I'm going to, I'm okay with the gold. It is what it is. I'm going to go from here to this shadow here up higher in the crease. And I think that that is going to work to just kind of graduate past the gold and to kind of make it look seamless above the crease. And I'm just going to use the same brush. That was the brush that I used for the base color. I usually put a beige on my eyelids. I'm going to go into that, oh yeah, so it's gonna work, into this kind of lighter gold and just go and try to smooth out the edges higher up. I like to go inner lid. A little gold on my eye. Okay, that worked pretty well. I do have some fallout from the black again down here, but I can clean that up. That's not a big deal. But that is as much as I'm going to do. I think that's enough. I'm going to clean up the black, and I'll fix up my foundation off camera. And I want to do the finishing touches. Let's see. For the look, I'm going to use this Estee Lauder Intense Nude, and I think it's going to go really well with the look. I just had a gloss underneath, so not a big deal. Okay. And I have the little black liner from Estee Lauder, and it has two sides. If you've never seen it, there's a flat side for more intensity, and there is this side that I'm going to use right now to give myself a line on the upper lash line. And if you're curious about why my lash line looks dark already, it's because I put waterline liner on the upper waterline before I start any look. Otherwise I look completely washed out. So it's a nice trick if you want to look like you have mascara on already. It's kind of nice. Now this is not my favorite liner. It's a felt tip, which is not my favorite. I prefer brush tip. If you want a fantastic liner, the Fly Liner by Rihanna is awesome. My favorite by far. It's triangular in shape, the component, so it doesn't roll off your counter, and it's also easier to use. So if anybody has any sort of motor restrictions with their hand, it's a really good liner to be able to grip. I have a fluff somewhere. I can feel it, but I can't see it. Okay, so I have the liner on, and let's do mascara. And for that, I will use the Sumptuous Extreme from Estee Lauder that came with the kit. It's the biggest brush ever, as I've complained before. It's very easy for me to poke my eye with this brush and to smudge all over the place. Apparently I'm getting better at it because it's not happening as often. But it's definitely substantial. I mean, if it could be a third smaller, I would like that. Okay, so there is the one side done. I will go off camera, do the other side, and I'll be right back. And here is the final look. And it turned out well despite the struggles I had off camera. The black, if you look at the Lancôme unboxing, I am wearing the first look with Estee Lauder, and I think that I have the unboxing for Lancôme and Estee Lauder wearing the same look. I'm not sure. It's for sure in the Lancôme video, the first one, the unboxing. And you can see on that video that the black was patchy. This is my second time using it. So I was aware that the black was problematic. And even with all the adjustments I made, it was still problematic. Really, really tough to get color payoff from that black. And I got it all over my face to the point where I had to redo my concealer under my eyes. I looked like a raccoon. And it was powdered concealer. I still looked like a raccoon. I couldn't brush it off. That said, if you can use a black from a different palette, the rest of the shadows were fine. So let me just walk through what it is that I have on my face from this palette. So I just put this on the brow bone, just a little extra. This one is what is on my cheeks. So I put a little bit of kind of a bright, a glowy blush, I guess you could say. And for the eyes, I did use the black as best as I could. It's garbage, but I used it. I did use the gold. The gold came through very nicely, no problem. And I ended up using this color on the upper part of the crease to try to mitigate the damage from this guy, just to try to get it to blend. And I think that it was successful. But you should not have to use shadows to fix issues you have with other shadows. They should just work. And Estee Lauder is an expensive brand, and to have a black that doesn't work in this palette is just not acceptable at all. Black and a deep brown are used very often to create depth, to create structure with a look. And if you cannot depend on those shadows to stay where they're supposed to and not to fall all over your face, it's a bad palette. That's just the way I see it. Now on the lower lash line, something that I did not talk about before I did it is that I put this brown on the lower lash line, and I think that it just kind of balances out the gold a little bit because it has kind of a metallic brown to it, and I think it goes really well with the gold. So that is how I finished the look. And then of course I used the Sumptuous Extreme, as you know, as my mascara, and the little black liner from Estee Lauder for the upper lash line. And this is also the lip, one of the three lip products that come in the kit. And I'm pretty happy with that. I thought that I would just not do a red lip since I did a red lip just recently. I'm happy with it. I really am. Now that I've been able to fix the look to where I think it's quite wearable, and I will be wearing it all day, not a problem. But if you are not super confident with makeup, just stay away from this black. Just stay away. It just makes you think you've messed it up, and none of us need to feel that way. So that black is just, unless you want to use it maybe wet with a tiny brush to do a liner on the lower lash line, that might work. But as an eyeshadow, it's garbage. It truly is. Most of the other colors in here are fine, but this is should not be used. It's pretty bad. That said, I'm happy with the look, as I said, and I am looking forward to doing a couple more looks with this palette for you. If you have any requests, of course, let me know. I'm just going to show you the palette. It's upside down, but you see all the colors. If you have some requests, please let me know, and I'm good to to entertain them. And please take a look at the other looks that I've done so far with the palette. There's a total of 4 now and 2 more coming your way. That's it from me. I will stop talking. Let me know what you think of the look. Let me know any requests that you have. And with that, I will say thank you so much for watching this tutorial, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, as always, take care.